Cause she's like, take me serious. I'm trying to do this professionally.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening or good morning, whatever time you are listening to this podcast. We are here with the lovely Mrs. Simone Haines. Can you say hi to everybody, Miss Simone Haines?
Hello.
She's one of the councils for the OMA. OMA what? Student Council organization.
Yeah. People that get paid.
Yeah, we do get paid. So, about to ask her a few questions and just go with the flow. So, she is the reason why we are here. She brought this idea to the table, to OMA. And I just want to ask her, like, what is the image she saw when she brought this up? Like, what did she expect? Like, what did you see in the long term, short term, things like that?
Well, first, I've always had, like, a love for podcasts. Like, always wanted to, like, create my own. And so when I first originally thought about an idea of a podcast on HCU's campus, I was like, ooh, where could this be? Like, where could I, like, introduce this idea to? And so I was a BSA officer at the time.
Yeah.
And I tried to get BSA to get on board. But I was like, hey, y'all, let's do a podcast. Like, we could talk about so much that's going on.
Yeah.
And maybe try to, like, give solutions to, like, the issues and the problems on campus. And it'd be a way to, like, for BSA to, like, represent themselves in a different light than we usually were then and that they usually are now.
Yeah.
It didn't go through, but that's cool. They shot it down out there, said it was too much.
Yeah.
So then the next year, I started working for OMA, and I was like, okay, should I try to shoot my shot again, or should I just keep it to myself?
Yeah.
And then so we were talking about the past issues that were going on with, like, things on ACU's campus, and we were like, how can we, like, get our voice out there for everyone to hear, even the people that, like, we can't reach because they're in class or they're doing something, like, how can we reach them? And I was like, we can do a podcast, BSA. But then I was like, okay, maybe I should stop mumbling it and be like, okay, hey, I had this idea last year.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's do a podcast, to where we can voice our opinions, on how we feel about things and basically start a conversation on campus. The whole point of this podcast in my mind was to start conversation, to get people to hear other people's perspectives, so that they can be enlightened to, like, other people's mindsets, like, where they come from. Because everybody in OMA that is on the council comes from different areas, and have been raised differently and saw different things and experienced different things in life. So I was like, this is the perfect place, if I can speak, this is the perfect place for, like, people to, like, voice their different opinions. Because even in our meetings, we all were all like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, why not? Well, because of the experience that I've had, oh, okay, cool. So I just thought this was the perfect time and place to do it.
Nice. Well, I mean, we're already streaming. People are gonna listen to this podcast or look at this podcast, and we're starting right now. But as you guys are going to see in our next interview, is going to be about Prentice and Prentice leaving OMA. Things like that, like your dream or your vision of, like, spreading our voices to the community of ACUs, like, it's happening or it's starting to happen. But, like, the person who's, like, over it is leaving.
Exactly.
So, like, what do you see this podcast for now? Like, what is the vision now? Like, do you think it's going to end because he's leaving, or do you hope for it to continue, or?
My honest opinion is that when Prentice leaves, this podcast will go too. And it literally kills me every day. Like I was telling you earlier in the office, I can't stand to walk by our door and see this podcast sign when I walk in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm hurt. Because I don't think anybody else is going to be as passionate about the idea.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, that's a good idea, but, as an AC representative, they're like, I don't want to get on board with it because what if y'all say something that's too extreme?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then take the punches. Like, take it.
Yeah,
you know, like, you won't get fired, I promise you. Because, one, I don't want my baby to die, you know, and it's our baby now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want it to die, and we're not going to let it die, and we're going to edit the stuff, and people can listen to it before we shoot it out. And we're not, like, wild, terrible people, you know. This isn't going to be like the Breakfast Club or anything, you know.
Donkey of the day goes to Simone Haines. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel you. I feel like a lot of things are definitely gonna change because Prentice is leaving the office. But I mean, we're happy for him, and because he's like moving up. He's not like giving up on OMA, but he's actually like taking a step forward and doing it in a bigger perspective. But yeah,
For his family.
it is. But also, if you guys are watching or listening and you have comments or questions you'd like to ask Simone or any of us, anything in general about OMA, about the podcast, like if you want to come in and help us or have ideas of how we can continue this, because I still have hope that this is going to continue. But, I mean, there's another side of doubt that's like, I don't know what's ahead. But if you guys have anything to say, just let us know.
Or if y'all could help pressure maybe Ryan Bowman into like supervising this, you know, or anybody else, you know. I'm trying to find people to pressure into taking over just to like keep the podcast going. Like.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have heard it. Actually, it was Simone Haines' birthday week because girls have birthday weeks. I don't know why, but shout out to her birthday. She's like 27 years old.
I am not 27.
Oh,
I am
not?
21.
She's 21 years old.
Whatever.
Old enough now to get a nice job. Not drink. Get a nice job. ACU.
ACU difference right there.
But thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the OMA podcast with your host, Mr. David Mirambi, and our lovely interviewer. English is not my first language. What?
Mine either.
So you don't know the word?
Nah.
With our lovely guest, Simone Haines. Thank you guys for watching. Be blessed.
I got the juice. He got the sauce. I got the juice. He got the sauce.